Good afternoon, and thank you to FFAR's Board Chair, Dr. Markiam, for that kind introduction. I appreciate the opportunity to share a few words today on our work together to use research and innovation as a catalyst to address some of the biggest challenges facing food and agriculture, especially in regard to the climate crisis. But first, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Sally Roque, who will be embarking on her next adventure of retirement at the end of this year. I can't hardly believe she's going to retire. You know, I've worked with Sally back in 2014 when FFAR was first established. And since that time, our organizations have worked together to develop joint research and processes to avoid duplication. I participated recently in a panel with former agriculture secretaries at FFAR's signature event, Foster the Future, in February 2020. And once again, have deeply appreciated getting to know Sally to advance food and agricultural research and to work with her to do so. You know, she has been a force. She has been a driving force for research, for collaboration, for innovation, and she will be sorely missed at FFAR, and she will be sorely missed at USDA. So I want to congratulate you, Sally, for this well-deserved achievement and wish you the best of luck in whatever you decide to do in the future. You know, there's no question that we've been dealing with the wrath of climate change in the form of severe and prolonged drought, intense and raging wildfires, and destructive and life-threatening storms and floods. Farmers and ranchers are on the front lines experiencing those impacts. Climate research is critical to our work at USDA, and we're targeting our climate research efforts to better understand the full range of potential climate impacts, accelerate the development of science-based solutions, inform the deployment of adaptation strategies, and use new surveys and analysis to pinpoint barriers to access and build new tools. It's critical that we leverage our work with the efforts of the private sector to create a research pipeline for new technologies and systems to mitigate climate change. Now, USDA is establishing a comprehensive climate change center of excellence that will ensure we will cooperate with the private sector to assess the performance of new technologies and conservation practices while creating a research pipeline for climate-smart technologies. As we do this, we'll also develop more robust systems to quantify and track the climate impacts of climate-smart practices over time. Now, just last week, I announced the new Climate Smart Partnership Initiative, which we will place a high premium on accurate greenhouse gas accounting. By financing the production of climate-smart commodities through a series of large-scale pilots and demonstration projects, we can properly measure and validate the environmental results from those practices. The Climate Smart Partnership Initiative is a commodity program that seeks to empower farmers, ranchers, producers, and foresters to produce climate-smart commodities meeting domestic and global consumer demand. At USDA, we'll also play an important role in promoting clean energy. Just this month, the USDA joined a government-wide Sustainable Aviation Fuels Grand Challenge with a target of making a 100% drop in sustainable aviation biofuel by the year 2050, with a market opportunity of 35 billion gallons. USDA will provide continued research, development, demonstration, and deployment of technologies to help achieve this goal. Climate-smart workforce at USDA is also essential to preparing the department and our stakeholders for those changes ahead. By building climate literacy across USDA, as well as with our partners, we can ensure we can deliver science-based, data-driven, and customer-focused information on climate risk and mitigation opportunities. Our climate hubs are increasingly becoming a first point of contact on climate change across the department. By supporting the hubs, we're investing in our ability to reach more farmers and more stakeholders through our programs. Now, these are just a few examples highlighting how USDA is engaged in a department-wide climate change effort here at home and, importantly, contributing to research on climate change. We're also looking to work with governments, scientists, and researchers across the globe to increase investment in climate change research. We recognize that many countries share our goals on sustainable and climate-smart production. The United States and the United Arab Emirates are spearheading a global initiative, the Agricultural Innovation Mission for Climate, with a goal of dramatically increasing public and private investment in climate-smart agriculture and food system innovation. To achieve this goal Aim for Climate seeks to unite participants in significantly increasing and accelerating investment in and/or other support for climate-smart agriculture and food system innovation over the next 5 years. Aim for Climate will be formally launched at the UN Climate Change Conference, COP26, in November. But I'm pleased to share that at the UN Food Systems Summit last month, we announced additional support for Aim for Climate, bringing the total number of countries now supporting this global initiative to 30, more than triple since being previewed at President Biden's Leaders Summit on Climate in April. In addition, the United States announced at the Food Systems Summit the formation of a global coalition, Sustainable Productivity Growth for Food Security and Resource Conservation. This coalition is built on the observation that delivering on the positive potential of agricultural productivity growth requires an approach that explicitly incorporates multiple objectives and outcomes, such as nutrition and environmental quality, into productivity growth objectives, metrics, and into R&D. Here at home and across the globe, we know that in order to adapt and build resilience to climate change and to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, it will require a deep commitment to science-based, data-driven, and innovative solutions. Now, your partnership is critical to our success at USDA, and your partnership is necessary to accelerate and identify the research opportunities and scientific solutions we need to mitigate climate change and to ensure that farmers and consumers benefit. Thank you all for that you've done up to this point and will continue to do well into the future as we tackle the once-in-a-lifetime challenges in front of us. I hope you have a meaningful and productive meeting, and I look forward to visiting with you in person in the very near future.